two monuments on this program, Russian masterworks, the Rachmaninoff Second Piano Concerto and the Tchaikovsky Fifth Symphony. How do these pieces go so well together for you?
I think they go well together because they're such soulmates. Just the emotional realm, in many ways the virtuosic realm. Of course, you have the virtuosity of Tanner, of our remarkable young soloist, but you also have the virtuosity of the Grand Teton Music Festival Orchestra. Over and above that, this is a brand new space for the orchestra. We will no doubt need those rehearsals, the initial rehearsals, to find ourselves in that new acoustic, to calibrate the sound. Is it resonant? Is it too dry? Or should we move the orchestra around slightly? And that's why I thought it would be good to have repertoire that the orchestra knows so well that they can relax a little, and they're not faced with some huge new challenges in repertoire unfamiliar to them, and just take the edge off a little bit of the stress of playing in a brand new space.
Speaking of Tanner, the first time you saw him was as a candidate for the Donald Runnicles Musical Arts Scholarship Competition, which he won, I'm happy to say. Well, Tanner's not coming to Walk Festival Hall, but he is having his professional debut with the Grand Teton Music Festival Orchestra. What does it mean to you to see that circle close the way you predicted it might?
I was fully aware that Tanner is a hugely talented young man who nevertheless, and that's what the scholarship is there for, needed to work on himself. He's developed quite wonderfully and quite deserves this chance to play with our orchestra.
You've watched him grow, so what are his strengths as an artist? What kinds of things are you already seeing come to full bloom?
Well, he's a beast. I mean, he as we say, he has the chops. He really is virtuosically. There's really nothing he's afraid of playing.
Speaking of the repertoire, one last time, those two pieces, as we said, are monuments. And there's a lot of very specific emotion coded into them. Love, longing, despair, fate. Do those subtexts mean anything to you when you're on the podium? Do you bring any of that with you as you interpret these works?
Oh yes, however often I've performed Tchaikovsky 5 or accompanied the Rachmaninoff. Let's take the Tchaikovsky, for example. Yes, there is this incredibly strong and dramatic story at the core of this work. And we know it starts with Tchaikovsky himself spoke about this fateful theme at the beginning, which accompanies the entire work and appears in different guises, in different different emotional worlds. And there is this feeling, like so many of the great symphonies, it's like from darkness to light. It really is a journey. However often I do that, these priceless works allow us to put ourselves into it. And we're all on our individual journeys, and great art, and I mean it's not just in music, but it is that feeling of the music is part of us. We're surrounded by energy, music, and energy is part of us. And as Einstein said, you cannot destroy energy. And I think it was a beautiful way of expressing it. Music is part of us, because if it's energy, and of course it's the energy between two players playing with one another, it's the energy between an audience and a stage, just all those electrical, not just sound waves, but also just this sort of electrical, these charged atmospheres that we will sometimes experience. And that is what the great works of art give us, communicating with one another. But on some level, we're communicating with ourselves deep down. And that's why I think no matter how often I conduct the Tchaikovsky 5, it's always that feeling of this is like the first time, because I'm in touch with something in myself that I cannot otherwise articulate.